Today we're going to be talking about discipline and why it's so important to build your discipline every single day. I look around at society right now, I don't see a lot of men staying disciplined. And I was a victim of this. When I was at my lowest point in life, I was never disciplined. I say I'll do something and then I'll do the opposite. Yeah, I'm going to quit smoking weed, and guess what? I went back to smoking weed. Oh, I said I'm going to stop eating junk food. I went back to eating junk food. You guys don't understand. It starts with the mindset and shifting your identity to become the man that stays disciplined every single day. Once you stay disciplined, that's how you're gonna build the confidence. That's how you're gonna build the courage to start posting videos. That's how you're gonna build the courage to get in the gym, to become your best self, to truly walk around with confidence. It starts with discipline. And if you're not disciplined, life is gonna take you down the wrong path. And I'm a Christian man. I believe that we're supposed to follow God. We're supposed to follow the commandments. We're not supposed to lust. We're not supposed to greed. And that is discipline. That's obedience to God. And you have to be disciplined towards yourself too. You should hold yourself to the highest standard compared to everybody else around you. You should want to work out. You should want to wake up on time. I was the only one in my family that truly decided to eat 100% clean. I was the only one in my family that decided when we're at the family get together, I'm not going to be eating what everybody else is eating. I'm the one that decided that I'm going to fully cut out weed, cut out alcohol. My other brothers are still smoking, still drinking. I'm the only one that did it. And you can be the only one too if you truly want to change your reality. I know I'm going somewhere in life. This is why I go so hard. This is why I stay so disciplined, because I'm seeing the fruits of my labors each and every day. A couple months ago, I went to Bali, Vietnam at the age of 20. You know how unrealistic that is? 10, 20 years ago, it's unrealistic to the point where you have a phone in your hand and you can make a change as long as you shift your mindset to who you want to be and you actually lock in and you build your discipline. You build your belief in who you are. That's what's going to make you unstoppable, untouchable, and you believe in yourself. It all starts with belief. If I never believed in God, I would have never got closer to my boy Ian. If I didn't believe in God, I would have never went to Bali or Vietnam because I would have been too afraid. But I walked with faith. I walked with God, and God opened up my eyes to who I can become. And God said He's going to give us a life full of an abundance if you follow Him. But most of you guys don't want to pick yourself up off the dirt. When I was not picking myself up, that's what life was miserable. I was waking up at 12 in the afternoon, wondering why I felt depressed, wondering why I had anxiety. And guess what? I was always a little boy that had a dream of being the best version of myself, being a little bit different than my brothers. So guess what? I had to make my actions show it through my discipline, through my checklist that I hold all my clients accountable for. If you don't set up a routine and you don't set the standards high, you're never going to shift your identity, and you're going to be like everybody else. And a lot of people are average. When I was at my lowest point, I was average, okay? I would walk around, drink my alcohol, smoke my weed, feel terrible each and every day. And you're not meant to be that way. You're meant to be a light in the room. You're supposed to shine like the sun with your passion and your vision to inspire other people that see you in their light. You always have to be looking up to more people and getting mentors. If you're not trying to grow, you're never going to grow. You're going to stay the same, and you're going to stay average, and you're not going to experience things that you want to experience. I remember growing up as a kid, just looking around at the world and realizing it is a big, scary place. But then as soon as I got older, I started to build belief through my actions, through my discipline, through waking up early, through working out in the mornings. These built my beliefs to the point where when I would go to work, I would be completely different from everybody else. I would be the strongest in the room. I was the most confident in the room. I was the only one posting on social media, the only one making online money. It's because I built discipline, I separated myself, and I wanted to be different. If you try to be in the same shade as everybody else, you're never gonna grow. You're never gonna start from the root and be your own tree. All you need is faith of a fig tree, and you can be different. And yes, everybody falls short time and time, but guess what? In the times where you fall, you're gonna grow even more. When I went to Bali, I failed multiple times. I ran out of money. I lost 25 pounds, okay? I was miserable. I was depressed. I was in my head. I didn't know what was going on, but I knew God had my back because I was having the most crazy dreams and my prayer life was amazing with God. And I knew I was gonna be fine because I have a loving family. I can always come back home. I can always rebuild myself. But the point where I really did something out of my comfort zone opens up my eyes to, I'm gonna do it again. But next time it's gonna be even better. Next time, I'm not gonna have to worry about money. I'm not gonna have to worry about not eating food, okay? But you have to take the risk to see your potential, to see how strong you are. And then you can backtrack, rebuild yourself, and grow even farther. And I'm gonna show you guys that straight through this camera. You guys are gonna see the whole growth process. And I wanna take you guys along. That's why I have a purpose. That's why I do one-on-one coaching, because I wanna see men go from a 4 to a 10, the most low version of yourself to the best version of yourself through cold showers, through working out, through building your discipline and crafting yourself every single day. It's not just a one-step process. It's not just a one day you wake up. It's an every single day thing. And sometimes I hate it and sometimes I love it, but that is the journey. You think every single day I wake up, I wanna hit the creek, I wanna work out, I wanna go do this? No, I don't, but I gotta think about my future kids, my future wife, okay? And I gotta provide for them. I gotta be the man of my dreams, a man of stoicism, a man of power. That's why I say my affirmations, so I can program my mind to be those things every single day. And I run on discipline. I don't run on feelings. I don't run on pleasures and desires. Of course I want to grow right now, but do I truly deserve a girl? No, I don't. Yes, I want to eat at McDonald's, but do I deserve to have a little treat in my mouth right now? You wonder why I just eat straight beef, because I'm not in the position to be having my little snacks, to get my little treats. I need to become a real man through discipline, through my mindset, through my actions, through my identity and who I'm becoming. Once I become the man that is so valuable, that I'm gonna keep going. I'm hungry for this. There's no stopping point. Once you get the momentum and you keep going, you're gonna wanna keep going, keep showing up, because you're gonna keep getting stronger. I wouldn't expect myself to be posting on YouTube with over 5K subs a year ago. I wouldn't believe it. Same with me going to Bali in Vietnam. I would not believe it. Before, I was barely even making $1,000 with my coaching. And the fact that I made enough to travel, to experience that, is unbelievable. It's because I built up discipline and structure, showing up each and every day, even though I didn't feel like it. So if you show up and you don't feel like it, it's guaranteed that you're gonna get results. But some guys, like you, have no direction on where you wanna go. Of course, you're not gonna see results if you're not going in the right direction, if you're not posting the right videos, if you're not doing the right workouts, if you're not eating the right food, if you're not tracking your progress correctly. All these small steps, you're not gonna get where you wanna be. That's like a fruit growing off a tree. If you're not watering that tree, it's never gonna grow properly. That's the same with you. You wake up with no intentions, you wake up with no discipline, and you expect to automatically appear as the best version of yourself. You expect to have that high confidence as a stoic, strong man. How do you expect that if you're never taking the actions, if you're never disciplining yourself, if you're never hitting the creek, if you're never taking the cold shower? You're never gonna be that man that you wanna be. To the point where it's honestly disrespectful to yourself that you have this vision, but you're not taking action, and you keep making excuses on why you're lazy, on why you're not hitting your goals. Bro, look yourself in the mirror, write out a plan, and see what you're gonna do. Do you understand that? You wonder why every single night I do the 4-10 checklist. Same with my clients. It's because we're planning out the days. I'm writing out down my goals. Okay, you need a morning routine, you need your daily habits, and you need your nighttime routine. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I'm hydrating with water and salt, I'm praying to God, I'm saying my affirmations, I'm stretching out, I'm going for a walk and I'm hitting the cold plunge. That gives me the energy and courage to be the man that I'm meant to be. But if I sleep in like I used to, till 12 in the afternoon, wake up, scroll on my phone, maybe watch some corn, eat some junk food, like have some pancakes, have some Pop-Tarts, well, guess what? That's not gonna get me nowhere. I'm gonna be the same average little kid as I was, okay? And this is not just about getting financially free. This is about shifting your identity to the man that is financially free, that is strong, that is stoic, that is power through your discipline. Right now, you're not building it. And right now, you wonder why you still feel like a little boy. It's because you're going back to your old habits. I did some research on shifting your identity. And every time you go back to your old ways, you're reforming your old identity. You wonder why I eat 100% clean and I don't go back to eating cookies, I don't go back to eating McDonald's. It's because I don't want to be that same McDonald eating absolute Jeff. I don't want to be that guy. I put that guy in the dirt. I stomped him out. I choked him out. That's how you should feel about your past self. You should laugh at that guy. You should want to put that guy in the dirt. Every time I look at my past self, even a year ago when I had a girlfriend, that dude was a bum to the point where I don't even want to see that guy. He was being disrespectful. He wasn't even consistent. He wasn't even really showing purpose and desire on actually trying to make money and trying to better himself. He was going through the motions, but still being disciplined, but he could have pushed it even farther. That's why I want to get on you guys. And I want you guys to push me too, because life is about growing every single day. That's why I love having a community of like-minded people trying to grow each and every day. Because this is a mission and a purpose. And if you don't have a brotherhood around you, you're never going to grow to your full potential. I had to rehydrate, Jeff. I hang around Pacific type of people. You know, Christian men, men that want to grow spiritually, financially, physically, every single day. If you're not hanging around that, you're never going to grow. You're going to stay the same. You're going to be average. You're going to be hiding in your comfort zone. But the worst thing that you could be in is your comfort zone. We're not meant to be comfy. We're meant to be strong. We're meant to be stoic. We're meant to be eating meat like some warriors, some savages. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you're here to conquer. You're not here to be like everybody else. And the fact that I feel this at the age of 20, I know I'm going somewhere and I know I'm going to be different. That's why I keep chasing this purpose with so much passion, so much drive, because I want to help out young men around the world. The other day, I seen 2 young men walk into LA Fitness. And I see these young kids. It reminds me of my old self. You know, this kid didn't even have his hair done. I'm not gospeling. I'm just telling a story. You know, he didn't have his hair done. His friend is pretty skinny too. I was in the same position as them. And we were just talking to him like, yo, the best decision that you can make right now is invest into yourself. Invest into who you want to be. But they weren't financially stable at that time, right? So I had to put them on with some free game, free value to my YouTube, my IG, and hopefully those kids can actually watch the videos and take some action. Because if I was in their shoes and I seen a grown man trying to help me out, I would follow what he was saying. I would do it. Because there is some old people that aren't as wise. But usually, if people are older than you, they're usually wise and they usually know what they're doing. Okay? Same with like, you trying something different in your family, okay? You're trying to eat clean like me. Your family's not gonna understand it at all. They don't know why I eat so much beef. They don't know why I wake up in the creek. They don't know why I go so hard. But I know why I go hard. I see my family getting destroyed every single day by the devil, 24/7. I see my brothers doing drugs. I see my brothers doing cocaine. I see my brothers watching porn. I see my brothers chasing girls. And it just truly blows my mind to the point where I have no excuse to show up. My family's going down the wrong path, but I pray for them every single night, and I want them to follow me, and I want to get closer to God, and I want all these things, but all I can do is stay disciplined in the moment. I've had very hard things happen to me, and the one thing I can always fall back on is discipline and my structure. There was one time in my life where I lost my girl, right? It's like 10 p.m. at night. I'm driving back from Seattle, tears are going crazy, and I get home, boom, it hits me. I'm like, I just lost a girl that I really loved, right? And I'm just tearing up. I'm just thinking in my head, Julian, do you really think you deserve that, G? Do you really think you deserve that? Do you really think you deserve that? Do you remember how you're treating her? You remember how you're so cold and you're so stoic? You wouldn't even show yourself. You wouldn't even try to bring the light in her. And I just constantly reflected on that. And I just realized, nah, you were not ready, G. You were nowhere near that. You don't even deserve that. So that's why I'm so addicted to discipline and bettering myself. It's because I know I'm not in the position. I know I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough for my mom. I'm not good enough for my dad. I want to buy my dad his green Scat Pack. Like, I dream about that. I want to set my mom free from her limiting beliefs, from the devil. I want to set my mom free financially. Like, I want to do this. That's why I grind so hard. And you guys see the passion and vision that I have, but I've been hiding it. I don't know why I'm hiding it from you guys. You guys are going to help me grow. You guys are going to help me take over the game. So I'm just going to let you know what's going on in my life and bring you guys along on this journey and on this purpose. Because this purpose is temporary. This place is temporary. So why hide the image of what you're trying to do from the people that are going to help you get there? That's why I tell my parents my goals. I tell my mom, okay, if we're having dinner, I like steaks, I like eggs, Mom. And then guess what? She gets it because she respects her son's goals. You gotta let people know your goals. You gotta let people know you're trying to stay disciplined. I remember plenty of times when my dad would invite me to have a bonfire with the brothers and stuff. And I had to say no because I'm trying to stay disciplined and go to sleep and wake up and conquer for you guys. I want to set you guys financially free. I don't want to look at my brother and see that he's struggling with anxiety, see that he's smoking his Nick pen every second. I don't like seeing that. I hate it. I remember walking in my brother's room and I just looked at him. He's skinny, he's smoking weed. And you don't understand the anger that I have. I think about that moment every single day. I have so much anger for what the devil has done to my family. So I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how much pain I go through. I don't care how much bruises I get. I don't care if I lose my girl. There's so much on the line that I care for that I'm gonna keep going no matter what. Because to the point where I see my family in so much pain, it pushes me to go through way more pain than I can't even imagine. That's why I wake up, I see my parents on my wall, I reflect on them, I see them, I get the vision of my brothers, and I'm like, okay, it's go time. You see what the devil did to Josiah, you see what the devil did to Denali, you see what the devil did to Rocky. Okay, there's no more games. Now it's time to fully lock in and put the suit on, the full body of God, the full armor, the shield, the sword, the hat, the shoes, everything, the belt of truth, of honor, of power. That's what we got to do every single day. It's just like a walk in the park when I realize you reframe your mind on who you want to be. You float through life like a mist. You guys think it's hard. You guys think it's a challenge. It's really not when you tap into that mindset. Every single time I hit the gym, I tap into that mindset. I think about, Julian, remember when you were not being honest with your girl? You remember when you were being quiet and not showing your feelings? Remember that time? You see all that pain that girl went through? You see that? You think you're good enough? And then boom, I get in the gym and I go hard. I put that weight on, hitting PRs every single week. I let the anger out, Because that's where you find yourself. Every time I step foot in that gym, something comes out. It's something different. It's built in my DNA of so much past traumas of what the devil did to me and my family. You wonder why I eat so clean. Because my dad struggled with eating sugar, which caused him colon cancer, caused him a whole bunch of issues, okay? And he was set in a position that he couldn't even eat clean. And that's not his fault. He was young, he was a kid, he didn't know better. But now I know to set my kids up for success. And that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna do it through my actions. And I wanna look at myself in the mirror and realize you are a grown man now. So every single step you take is on you. Nobody's coming to save you, bro. You have to realize that. That girl's not gonna like a bum. That girl's not gonna like if you're broke. Remember that, okay? Every step of the way, reflect on your mind. Your mind is powerful. This mind has got me through all the tough times of hitting the creek, of losing my girl, of losing my car, of starving in Bali out of a whole different country, out of going financially broke in a whole different country. This mindset still kept me strong. This mindset still kept me disciplined on hitting the gym, eating 100% clean, showing up on time and waking up on time, still checking in with my clients. This mindset right here, whatever goes into your mind is who you're gonna be. Everything I listen to is from my God, my Lord, my Savior. I don't listen to no demonic music no more. Back when I was a bum, looking at girls, trying to think of threesomes in my head like an absolute weirdo, bro. Like, you don't understand how down bad you gotta be. And remember, your thoughts are from Satan, okay? Don't try to view everything off your own thoughts. You should always be planting the word of God in your head to connect with your spirit, because you are a child of God. Especially if you're watching my videos, you are chosen for a reason to see this video. And this video is gonna be out for years and years and years. And I want kids to see this video so they can be inspired to grow stronger into the man that they were meant to become. Because this world is here to break you down. This world is here to make you soft. You wonder why there's McDonald's. You wonder why corn is free. You wonder why girls and men go to parties and clubs spilling their sexual energy. Your sexual energy is the most powerful thing that you have. It's connected with the source of who you are. And every time you release it, you're releasing your highest potential. That's why I don't do that stuff anymore. I'm waiting for a wife to actually have sex, to actually do that spiritual thing, okay? You guys gotta realize these small things every single day. And as a father, as a man, you gotta show up as your highest self each and every day, because your kids are watching you every step of the way. Man, I'm so thankful for my dad, because my dad is one of the most strong men that I've seen in my life. And he's been through a lot of hard things. That's why I'm so strong and so powerful, because I seen that vision of my dad, and I knew that I was gonna be exactly like him. Hitting the gym, going to work even though he didn't feel like it. Being disciplined on opening up his mind to start his own business. And now he has his own business. He's helping kids grow their knowledge on nature, on who they can become, giving them the light. That's what life is about. Life is not always about being greedy, keeping everything to yourself. That's why I love hopping on camera and giving you guys this wisdom and knowledge. Because if I never hopped on this camera or ever started watching YouTube, I would have still been a bum. And shout out Hamza, because he's one of the guys that I first started watching. And yeah, he definitely changed my life, and he opened up my eyes to who I can become. And the fact that I get to influence millions of people around the world is truly a blessing. And we're gonna keep growing every single day. And if you guys truly wanna build your discipline, build your dream body, build your mindset, and you're ready for a coach to truly take you to the next level so you can become the man that you wanna be, you can click the link down below. I do one-on-one coaching with men across the world to truly change their life. So if you're serious about that, click that link, book a call with me. We'll see if you're a good fit. And yeah, I wanna get you locked in. If you wanna see more of me too, you can go to my IG at Julian. I post reels, I post stories every single day, daily. Like, sub on this video. I appreciate all you guys tuning in, and I love you guys, boys. Catch you boys later. Peace out.